Dear friends, problem solving, a vibrating thing in our life. It's a common phenomenon also at the same time. That means from the beginning till the end of our life, we will be facing some problem or the other. Definitely, we can't avoid it. Inevitable common phenomena, of course, in our life, in the life of all human beings. So, how to solve it? And here, my discussion is confined to what are the reasons for problems. Problems will be of different types, vast, it's a very extensive topic. If at all we are confronted with some problem or the other in our life at different stages, what are the reasons and how to solve it? What is this Phoenicia for that? That's what I would like to say here. I will confine myself to that two aspects. So this problem solving is a very important issue in our life. See, where there is a will, there is a way. However may be the topic, however may be the issue, the burning problem, yet there will be a problem, there will be a solution, definitely. Of course, some problems will be there which will be solved only by time alone. Of course, it's a different thing. I would like to make a reference to our epics regarding these unsolved situations or problems. Dasharatha, for example, when he has confronted with Kaikeyi's issue, problem creator. When a problem is created by Kaikeyi, unable to solve the problem, he slipped into coma, unconscious situation. See what a terrific thing it is. And the second example I would like to give you from Ravana, from Ramayana. So this Ravana also, after having abducted Sita, of course, was a vendetta instigated by Surpanaka. Of course, he has abducted Sita, brought her to Sri Lanka. Okay. But even after advice given by Vishnu and particularly his wife, Mandodari, he could not solve. It has become harder to crack. He could not solve that problem. Unable to solve the problem, he just remained non-committal on the issue. He could not even think of it. Of course, that problem was solved by the time alone afterwards, in the long run. It's a different thing. Same is the case with Lord Krishna also, for example. See, when the problem has created between Kauravas and Pandavas regarding the kingdom, he could not stop that war. So the problem of war has been created. Unable to solve that, he suffered a lot, Lord Krishna, and he has been subjected to the curse of Gandhari. He has been cursed by Gandhari, Sapam. So there will be such type of situations where we cannot solve the problems, and those problems will be solved by time alone. Now coming to our human life here, generally in our human life we will be coming across different types of problems and at different important stages, particularly in HR, in respect of HR, human relations with the society, the people in the society. Always we will have some problem or the other, some conflict or the other. The problem will come generally from some conflicts. With some conflict or with some problem or the other with our friends, relatives, colleagues outside in the society. So this HR, human relations problem in HR, I shall explain in a separate video where HR, that means human relations and interpersonal relations. So a separate video I will be doing immediately after this video. You can see that. So skipping that, I would like to come to the other important stages. That's the first one is domestic affairs. In our domestic life, we will be facing some problem or the other. And in the second stage, employment, in the course of employment, or in our work life, we will be facing sometimes some type of some problem or the other. And general problems in our life, day-to-day life, general problems. The first one is domestic affairs or domestic life. So in our domestic life, the problem will be generally between a wife and husband, parents and children, and sometimes brother and brother, brother sister, like that, like vice versa. So domestic problems at a domestic life or domestic problems will be coming across very often. For example, wife says, "Now we would like to purchase the apartment, some portion in the apartment, some property in the apartment, a very huge apartment." She suggested, but husband suggested, "No, no, that's not good. A portion in apartment. No, I don't like it. Let us purchase one plot and let us construct the house, an individual house." He likes that. So that conflict will be going on for a long time, and it has become unsolved whether to purchase this one or that one. So purchase of property has become a problem, and there is a conflict between these two persons. They will be conflicting. Another example, I will give you the solution afterwards. What are the reasons for such type of problems? I will tell you. The second example is between parents and teachers in respect of education. The wife says, "No, let's admit our children. They're in a private organization, degree, private organization." The husband says, "No, not necessary. Until 10th class and intermediate, plus 2. For 12 years, we have educated them in private organization where they have got maturity, intellectual maturity, physical maturity, human everything, emotional maturity, everything they have got, and they know the responsibility, and they can study well. And for that, we need not spend lakhs of rupees in private organization." This is what the husband says. And wife says, "No, no, no, no. In one private organization, they have to study inside. Whatever may be the expenditure." She is insisting on it. And even the children among themselves, they will have the differences of opinions between sister and brother. "Why you have purchased a lot of costly dress to my sister?" Because for ladies, automatically costly dress will be there. If it is 2,000 rupees there for a daughter, for son even 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees will be enough for a new dress. But because of that, there will be conflict, and because of that conflict, it remains unsolved. So, in respect of property, in respect of purchase of something, in respect of education of children, or in respect of marriage, sometimes after completion of their studies, the daughter says, "I don't like that man." Parents will say, "No, no, he is a propertied man, employed. So, you please marry that person." The parents will say. Whereas the daughter will say, "No, no, I don't want that man. I would like to marry some other person." A love affair, she says. So, because she has some individuality, because she has human rights, fundamental rights, 14, 19 and 21, always she will be hovering around these articles. Immediately they will be going to a constitution. If at all any conflict comes between parents and children, immediately they will be going to a constitution. Even wife also. Even I have individuality, I have equality, I have freedom and all that. So, this unnecessary involvement of these constitutional rights have been focused into this issue. No, that's not good on the part of the human being, the persons in the domestic life. So, in domestic life, the interference of human rights, fundamental rights, are not necessary at all. We should not make mention of all this nonsense. Human relations is different, and these rights are different. The law is different. Only when there is a persisting problem, a severe conflict, etc., then law will interfere. Otherwise, we should not. We should be away from this law. Okay. Now, like that, different problems we will be facing in our domestic life: parents, wife, and husband, children, brothers, sisters, etc. Why these problems will arise? That is the point to be noted here. The first reason I would like to say that I will be giving you 3 reasons for these misunderstandings, conflicts, and creation of problems. The first one is lack of compatibility of temperament. That means no question of good temperaments, suitable temperaments among these, between wife and husband, between parents and children, brother and sister, etc. Lack of compatibility of temperaments. The second one is understanding, lack of understanding each other, lack of understanding other person. The third reason is respect. First of all, we must have the respect. Wife must have the respect towards husband, and husband must have the respect. Though I am wife, why should I listen to my husband? He wants to dominate over me. No, I don't like to be dominated by my husband, because I am also earning more than my husband. Yes, quite naturally, because of the privileges given to the woman. Women will have better chances, beginning chances at the earliest. The husband may be getting job after some time. The wife will be getting job at the earliest, and naturally she will have a lot of benefits, financial benefits, and salary may also be more than the husband. So why should I listen? Why should I care for that? Unnecessary interference of rights, Article 21, 14 and all that. Equality. What is that equality? Why? See, it is a matter of not equality. It is a matter of individuality, not matter of individuality. It's a matter of human affinity. The great ambrosia, elixir of human life, sweet affinity. Human affinity must be established between wife and husband, between parents and children. Then there is no question of problem at all. So respect, first of all. Wife must respect husband must respect wife, children must respect parents, and parents must also have a very due regard towards children. So these are the three reasons as to why there is a rise of problems, conflicts, misunderstandings, and why the problems remain unsolved. Why we are unable to sort out the problem. These are the three reasons. Lack of compatibility and lack of understanding and lack of respect towards each other. And now, what are the solutions for that? I would like to say only two solutions. Two panacea, pieces of panacea. The first one is emotional attachment you must develop. If you have that emotional attachment, see what will happen. Emotional attachment means the father, the wife should not be, she should be unable to take part, be separated from husband. She could not tolerate the separation of her husband. She must wait for her husband, if at all he is out of station and he has been on the camp. And the same is the case with the husband also. When the wife is not coming early from the workplace, he has to wait. And joining together, they have to take meal, joining together, they have to share everything in life. In a pleasant way, in a peaceful way, happy way. That is emotional attachment. This emotional attachment between wife and husband, between parents and children, between brother and sister must be established. That's the first solution, panacea. I can say panacea. The second panacea is compromise. Compromise. You have to compromise. If you have the emotional attachment with your father, with your brother, with your sister, with your family member, yes, whatever may be the problem, whatever may be the conflict, you will definitely compromise yourself with your life member, family member, or your life partner, in your domestic life. So these two solutions, these two panaceas are suggested by the great thinkers and philosophers under the sun. Not only my solution, my own solutions. And now coming to this employment course, that is work life. If you are successful in your domestic life, there is a problem. If you are successful in your domestic life, if you attain to the peace and bliss in the domestic life, well, you will definitely be successful in your work life, in the society, outside also. Yes. You will respect your boss, you will respect your peer, and you will respect your subordinate also. When you have a respect or a compatibility, whatever may be the problem, suppose your boss has bombarded you because of the mistake or drawback or bottleneck on your part in the work, in your work life. Suppose he has bombarded, you will understand with emotional attachment and with a compromise, because you have the good understanding about your boss. Suppose you have been offended by your own subordinate, insulted by your own subordinate, even then, because of the emotional attachment and a very good spirit of compromise, you will sort out the problem very in a amicable way. Amiable and amicable solution you will get by this compromise and emotional attachment. Not only in your work life, also in the society, wherever, with men and matters. You can deal with men and matters very happily, very peacefully, because there is a well-balanced emotional quotient in your mind. Not emotional intelligence, that is not required. That's a common thing, as Vivekananda says, and so many psychologists say, emotional intelligence, IQ, everybody will have. Nobody is a fool nowadays in this world. Everybody is intelligent for that matter. So emotional quotient, EQ is required. If you have that EQ, you will have that emotional attachment, you will have the compromise, the spirit of compromise, and you will have the compatibility, understanding capacity, everything. And definitely you will forge ahead very well, and whatever may be the problem, even the hustle and bustle of life, the most complex needs in life can be easily sorted out. Any problem can be sorted out by these virtues, human virtues. This is what I would like to say regarding a problem solving. Here I have been confined myself to the problems, general problems up to domestic life and employment course and in the society. And what are the reasons for this, your inability to solve the problem, and what are the solutions or what are the panaceas that are suggested by the great thinkers to solve the problem. Thank you very much, and if you are impressed, please subscribe and encourage.